What's up everyone, it's Andrew from Gem TCG here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about kind of unique topic that relates to a lot of bulk buyers and Pokemon sellers that I think not a lot of people have ever talked about. And it's kind of the concept of investing in trainer cards. And what I mean by investing in trainer cards is like when you're processing bulk, instead of including the trainer cards that are not worth a lot in your bulk, instead keep them to the side and then have them organized maybe by set, so that way if one of them goes up in the future you have a ton of them. And a recent example I had was the Arvin card from Obsidian Flames and Scarlet Base. Used to be like a 10-cent card, and when I was buying bulk I was going through it and I kept a lot of my trainer, like I was doing this method, and I kept a lot of the trainer cards to the side. And when I noticed that the Arvin card jumped from a 10-cent card to $3, like the current price is $3, I knew to just look back at my trainer cards, and luckily I had them sorted by set already. And I ended up finding like 20 of them, 20 copies of that Arvin card, which ended up getting me $60 worth of sales from 20 cents worth of cards that I regularly would have just included in a bulk lot or sold it as bulk somewhere else. And this method is very valuable if you are a person that deals with bulk, because let's say you're processing tens of thousands of cards a month and you get maybe thousands of trainers that you have. Instead of just dumping the ones that are worth like less than 30 cents in bulk, you just hold them off to the side and then regularly check the market. And I actually have a video that I posted recently where you can easily check which cards are going up in price and which cards are being sold very often using TCG Player. So you can check that regularly, and if you ever see a card that's new that you haven't seen before on that page, then you will know that that card is entering the competitive scene and market price will go up for that card. And the reason why that is because competitive play, like people that play the Pokemon card game, need these cards for their decks. And there's this one website, I forgot the name, but I will link it in the description, where winning decks get posted and you can kind of see which cards are being included in those decks. So let's say someone wins a championship and they're using this Rhyfort trainer card, and that's like a staple to that deck. People will think like, oh, this is a great card and we need it. So they will start buying it for their deck and then testing it out. And what that will do at a larger scale is increase the market price, because so many people will be buying that card for their decks. And when people need 4 cards for a deck and there's thousands of people playing the game and trying to mimic that deck, you could see how that would increase the price substantially. And even if there's a huge supply on the market, it will still increase the price very high. And sometimes it happens like really late. Like if a set came out and like 5 sets later, the trainer card from that set might go up. Like another one was Pokestop from Pokemon Go. And that I had like 20, or not 20, maybe like 10 reverse hollows that I was sitting on that I ended up finding after I noticed the price went up. And the reverse hollows were selling for like $5 each. So again, reverse hollows I was paying 4 cents at the time. I turned 40 cents into $50 by just holding onto that card and waiting for it to go up. And of course, this won't work for all cards. Like I'd say maybe 99% of trainer cards don't go up like that in the future. But for the ones that do, it really has a huge return with really no downside, because one, trainer cards, if you get them in bulk, are very cheap. You could hold on to 1,000 trainer cards and that would cost you $10. So it's very low entry cost. And then on top of that, there's no downside, because bulk, I don't think bulk will ever get below a penny per card. Like I'm paying around $8 per 1,000, which is below a penny per card, but like that range, I don't think it'll ever get below that. And when you look back at in the 2021 era, bulk was going for around 3 cents per card. So right now it's the lowest it's ever been. And I think that's because they've been printing more and maybe the market just hasn't adapted or updated, but bulk is extremely cheap. And That being said, there's actually two ways for you to make money from sitting on the bulk, because one, instead of selling it at a penny per card, you could just hold on to it and hope that a trainer goes up, and if it does, you can capitalize that way. And two, if demand continues to go up the way that it has been the past few months, I believe bulk will go up with it. And I don't think this 10 cent or a $10 per thousand rate will stay the same. But that's a little bit off topic. The main topic is the trainer cards. Instead of including it in your bulk, keep it to the side. And then another big thing is when you do this at a large scale, you need to have it organized by set. Like, you don't want to do this method and then you have 10,000 bulk cards not organized by set or anything. And then when a card goes up and you know you have it, you have to look through all 10,000 cards. So instead, sort it by set, preferably sort it by alphabet too, so that way like you have all the duplicates together. And then when a card goes up, you just look through it, you know exactly where that card would be, and then you pull them all out and you sell them. You list them on TCG Player. And another great thing is if you have, let's say, 10 copies, people will be buying them in 4 or more quantities. So then you can list it for even higher than the market price. So let's say that Arvin card was $3. You could list it for $4 per card if you have 4 of them. So instead of selling it for $12 for 4, you would be selling it for $16. So it's just another benefit to doing this method is that you have a huge quantity and you could sell more at a time at a even higher price than the market price. And cards that you want to look out for with this method are cards from Scarlet Violet era. And for people that are watching this down the line, Scarlet Violet is the current block. And you don't want to be thinking like Sword and Shield cards will be going up, because I believe those will be going out of the competitive scene soon. I don't really know exactly how that works, but I haven't noticed Sword and Shield era cards go up with this method since Scarlet Violet came out. But I have noticed Scarlet Violet cards going up. Like even the Poke Gear 3.0, that one shot up recently. The Counter Catcher was meta and then it dropped to like 30 cents and now it's back up to $1.50. So just look out for those. And some tips on which ones to stay away from are the supporter cards, like this one, and then cards from like Paldean Fates. And the reason I say Paldean Fates is because it's a specialty set with a lot of reprinted cards and a very high supply. So like a lot of Paldean Fates packs have been opened, so there's a huge supply of the cards on the market. And that's pretty common to see. Like all the Fates sets came out and the cards from those sets, besides the the hits, are very low in terms of market price. Like Shining Fates cards, Hidden Fates, and now Paldean Fates. All of the commons, uncommons, rares, and hollows are all bulk. Like there's no cards in those sets that are worth anything above maybe 25 cents. So sets like that get opened a ton, maybe you don't have to like hold on to those, because it will just take up space, and the chance of a card going up from those sets is like basically 0%. So instead of doing that, just focus on the sets that don't get opened a lot and maybe have pretty expensive packs with low hit rates, because those packs get opened less. Like you saw with Fusion Strike, people were complaining that the hit rates were very low, and that led to people opening less packs. So the supply of cards on the market from that set were very low. So that Battle VIP Pass card was at like $5 for honestly like probably a year. And that happened because there was a low supply, huge demand. So yeah, to wrap it up, basically you just want to hold on to your bulk trainer cards. Don't include it in your bulk lots and don't get rid of it as bulk. Hold on to it maybe for a year or two. If it doesn't go up after a year or two, then you can get rid of it, but at least hold it for that long. And then keep everything organized and sorted by set and alphabet, so that way if a card does go up, you will be able to quickly look for it and sell it. And then the way you'll know if a card goes up is by checking TCG Player, and I have a video on that. It's like a few videos before this one, so check that one out to see how to find the cards that are going up in price, specifically the trainer cards. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful. Also, if you do need more help, I do have a Patreon, and the link is in the description. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day.